Welcome to the Biz Bash podcast, where we make biz strategy a piece of cake. I'm Elizabeth.
And I'm Cami, but you might know us better as Eliza Ann Calligraphy and Cami Monet. We want to help you, our fellow stationers, artists, and calligraphers, confidently build a profitable and personality-driven creative biz.
We're here to share our honest-to-goodness advice and actionable strategies for ambitious artists.
So put on your party hat, quit being a procrastinator gator, and let's get this party started.
Welcome back to the Biz Birthday Bash podcast. We are excited to be here today, me and Cami, to talk about the new phase of Biz Birthday Bash. We called the episode Re-Envisioning BBB because we've been talking about a lot of things behind the scenes. We did a photo shoot. I think a bunch of you, if you're in our Facebook group, you definitely saw previews from that. And we had posted one to Instagram that, well, because of the algorithm, like barely anybody saw, but it's fine.
It's fine. Just go validate us because we're really proud of the photos. So go look at them.
We're so proud of the photos. We did them through the branded boss lady down in Florida. That's Amelie. And she is absolutely fantastic. We had the best time. So where should we start, Cami? I guess we could start with like our thought process just in regards to this season and what we want, what we want and need within the business and how that is then going to filter into mainly changes we're going to have in the membership and things like that.
Yeah, exactly. And I guess this is kind of like a little like brainstorm sesh too, because we haven't really buttoned everything up, you guys. We've just kind of been like, something needs to change. We're not exactly sure what that looks like, but we have like ideas that are just kind of floating around. And like some of them are definitely like, we know we're going to make happen. Like changes within the directory, good changes, not like, oh, changes are coming and everyone gets fired. It's not like that. Okay. It's like good, fun things. And then just like seeing where that goes. Because obviously we haven't done like a Biz Birthday Bash update in like, really like 4 years, something, just like get a new direction, just something that fits our current personalities, our current like stages of business, our stages of life, and just fits a little better with the new direction, the way things are shifting within the industry as well. So yeah, I think we're just kind of like going a little slightly different path to make it serve you guys better and serve us better too, because obviously things are changing here as well.
Yes. Yeah, there have been so many things in the past 4 years that have changed for both of us. Obviously, both of us stepping away from wedding invitations is one thing that's happened, but now Cami has a retail shop and a baby. And it's wild to think that 4 years ago, I think when we even did our first brand images, Cami, I was still living in my first apartment. So I've had like second apartment, house now. I don't know. Everything has shifted and changed so much compared to 4 years ago. And not to mention, we also had a pandemic. So the world in general changed a ton. And Cami and I were kind of looking at the website, and Cami basically decided that it was like the moldy cheese we had forgotten at the back of the fridge because we hadn't really touched up anything on the website or with our imagery in so long.
Yeah, exactly. And the thing is, like, I feel like with our first brand shoot that we did, like we let that like dictate what the website and the business felt like. I don't know what it is. We just were like, we didn't really go in and be like, this is the direction we want. We just kind of went in and said, let's take cute photos and then the direction will flow from that. So I feel like we kind of did it backwards because with this photo shoot, we basically were like, this is the direction we want. And we were able to like, I don't know, have a much better grip on what our brand looks like. And the photos like really show that, I think, versus the first one was just like, we look so cute and we're like at coffee shops and, with our laptops. And it didn't have enough personality. You know what I mean? Like it could have worked for any brand. We could have been photographers teaching for all you know. You know what I mean? Like there wasn't enough of like a direction with that. So I feel like then we're like, ooh, now we have a much better grip on it. And this is exactly how I did my business as well. Like I just kind of like do things and then I'm like, well, I just let the business kind of dictate the direction versus like having a plan. And that's worked really well for me. But now I think we have so much of a better idea of what Biz Birthday Bash is, who we serve, what you guys need from us, that we were able to like go in and be like, this is what we want. We know exactly what we're going to do. And I just think we have a clearer perspective. And, not only have we changed, but you guys have changed too. I mean, I think 2020 changed a lot of people's businesses, and we can see our audience is asking for a lot more product content, which is great because that's like the like direction I'm going with my business and not so much wedding invitations. So I feel like we've already kind of like steered more towards that idea anyway, with products and retail and wholesale and all that kind of stuff. So that will definitely be coming out a lot more as well, but still staying true to our roots of paper people, because we're all very multifaceted entrepreneurs and do a lot of different things. Even if you're leaning more towards products, weddings are still like a huge part, and invitations are still a huge part of our business and like the Biz Birthday Bash audience. So we want to keep some of that as well.
For sure. And I think over time, especially this last year. So when Mia was born, Cami and I didn't really have a good idea of what the podcast was going to look like. Honestly, how can you plan for that? When you have two people involved in a business and one's having a baby and one is not, there's very much, we truly need time to figure this out. And so, as you guys have probably noticed a trend, I had been carrying on a lot of guest interviews with me and a guest, because it got really hard coordinating 3 different schedules, like mine, a guest, and Cammy's, and trying to get everyone involved in that. And so we kind of had that realization and discussion too, of like, the podcast took a little bit of a departure from, it worked for this past year. It worked, but it took a departure from us. And that was kind of a good realization to have, is we want to bring things back into being basically me and Cami for the foreseeable future, going to be us together on the podcast a lot, not as much guest focus, and probably a little bit of shorter episodes. Like we used to be able to sit down and talk for 3 hours, 4 hours straight, do these hour-long episodes. And that's just not the reality of scheduling and life anymore. So I think we're kind of going to lean into this like jam-packed information episode that maybe is 20, 25 minutes, especially at the beginning of 2023, because right now, through the end of this year, you're going to continue to hear a lot of guest episodes that are previously recorded and have already been on the schedule and on the docket for a while. In fact, most of them are guest interviews. And I think Cami and I have a couple, the two of us, in December that will come out as well. But we think well, honestly, I think that's what we need in the business, because Cami made a great point when she and I had the phone conversation. Like, this is about us having fun. Like, we want to enjoy it. We want to have fun. We want to keep it fun. And for us, has so much to do with like our relationship and our friendship. And so it doesn't make sense for the podcast to continue to be as guest focused as it has been. Does that mean we will never have anyone else on the podcast? No, it just means I think it's going to be a lot more narrowed down and picky, and try to kind of return to our roots, if you will.
Yeah, for sure. And like also too, I mean, with the shorter episodes, like not only because I can't be away from me up for very long at all because I'm insane, but also because we want to give you guys like great information in the time that doesn't take you like, all day to have to get through it and find little nuggets here and there. We just want to like give you the details. And I feel like with the rise of TikTok and everything moving to like this quicker, shorter format, like I'm like, I can say what I need to say like really quickly. I mean, we all love when I just like bamboozle on about rambling things, and we'll still have some of that obviously, but I think we can definitely like tighten things up a little bit, give you guys the information you need, get in, get out, have your quick little tips, quick little tricks. And that reminds me too, speaking of like all those things coming to the podcast, but along with those quick tips and tricks, what we're thinking for the directory is just adding in like almost a tutorial library, you guys, with like quick videos on how to remove a background in watercolor, like extra templates from our wedding invitation designing days, like all these things, all these extra resources for you to have within the directory. So it's more than just like a vendor directory. It's like a directory for all different types of things in your business. Like it's going to be very robust, and I'm very excited.
Yes. I'm really excited as well, because I think that gave us definitely more excitement. Well, the thing is, like with the membership, we're always kind of trying to think what works best for our audience. What is our audience asking for a lot? And we kind of had this realization, like rather than continuing to make a new product for something, why aren't we just like looping this into our membership and giving that to the people who have already shown interest in us and our brand and learning from us? So that's where that mental change is coming from. Do not panic. Some of you have asked, does this mean that the price will increase? And if you are already a member, no, it will not. You will be grandfathered into your current price. We will not raise the price. However, we are thinking about putting a price increase in place for new people who join, because there's going to be more things up front we can say to people of, hey, you have access to all of this, all of these resources once you're within our membership. So that's where our heads are. So no need to panic if you are part of the directory at this point.
Yeah.
You won't have to pay more, but new people will.
So get in now while you can at the lower price
Yes.
point. And we always try to keep it very affordable. And honestly, I just love our membership so much. Like it's really just become our like bread and butter of our business. And it's just such a great community. And I want to like continue that. And so doing something that was like, oh, a 5-part course or whatever, I don't know. That just sometimes just feels like so to me. Like I don't want to sit down and have to record all that. Like I'd rather just do like a quick little thing. You guys get it. Like I don't know. It just feels like a better direction. I like the idea of having all these things you can find them. And if you guys are like, hey, I really would love just like a 5-minute video on how you do this thing in your business. And like, we'll add that to the directory and the resource guide. So whatever it's going to be, like, I'm sure it'll be like organized by section or topic, and that you can just go find that and watch it. Like we used to do so many tips and tricks on our Instagram stories, and those go away so quickly. And then courses just feel so much like gatekeeping, and so much like you have to just go through like I feel like if I made a course, I have to make like each module like an hour or 2 hours long to make it feel like worth their time. But I'm like, but I could explain it way quicker. You know what I mean? So I want to like make sure we still have those things that are still just useful for you guys and quick and easy. That's just like the whole vibe. It's just like coming in quick, easy, simple, because business should be fun. And you shouldn't have to spend like an entire week trying to consume content to implement in your business when it could really take like 5 or 10 minutes. But it doesn't feel right to put a price tag on the 5 to 10 minute videos. So yeah, hopefully you guys pick up what I'm saying. I haven't had enough coffee today. I'm losing it, but
no, you're good. And also I think I gave Cammie the cold that I had. So I'm sorry.
Oh
Cammie.
yeah. Elizabeth got me sick. I'm cruising. We're fine.
I know. You're good.
It's all good, but yeah.
Hey guys, we just wanted to hop in and talk about one of our amazing resources, the A to Z directory. All of us have thought at some point, how did she do that, or how did she make that? And maybe you don't know where to start or how the heck to produce this amazing product you've dreamt up.
Well, the A to Z directory is the missing puzzle piece in your biz, you guys, seriously. So it's built in the form of a yearly membership, and it's your one-stop shop for finding suppliers and vendors for all the things. Literally where to print everything from custom invitations, greeting cards, mugs, koozies, acrylic printing, letterpress, custom ribbon. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. And it literally goes from A to Z. From acrylic printers to zipper pouches, we have it in the A to Z directory.
We want to help all of you search less and create more with this list of 300 plus vendors and suppliers. Don't worry, they're very organized. It's not going to be overwhelming and confusing when you join. And this membership also includes access to a private Facebook community. It's incredibly active and involved. And if you need a question answered fast, that is definitely the place to go.
Yeah, our Facebook group really is the best. You guys, everyone is so helpful in there. And we're in there too, answering questions you guys might have. So it's a great way to get access to us and ask us things without sliding into our DMs. So we're more likely to answer you in the Facebook group, just saying. Anyway, also in the Facebook group, this is new for 2020 and we're really excited about it. We are hosting monthly Power Hour Q&A sessions that are live, and these are only available to our A to Z directory members. So you can hop in with us live and ask us all your burning questions in real time and just hang out with us every month. And we do these at different times so you can actually be there live, and the replays are always available in the Facebook group for members.
This resource is priced at $147 a year, which honestly is extremely affordable and is full of so many benefits, such as exclusive vendor coupons for members only. And we would love to have you guys join. Seriously, it's kind of like our family and our tribe. So visit bizbirthdaybash.com/directory to sign up today and use coupon code podcast2020 to receive $20 off your first year. That's podcast, all caps, 2020 for $20 off your first year.
We can't wait to see you in the Facebook group.
So in regards to the membership, we are also going to be better. Cammie and I have never been
Mhm.
great about the power hour scheduling. And we will admit that. We like to kind of like throw that out there last minute, the last week of the month. And we're like, oh, and by the way, in 2 days, we're meeting for our power hour. So we think we're going to try to plan kind of looking at a year-long picture of saying, okay, power hours are, for example, this has not been solidified, the 20th of each month, unless that falls on a weekend or a holiday, then it will be pushed. Or if we're traveling, it will be pushed. But that way, at the beginning of every month, Cammie and I can look forward and say, does the 20th work? If that's not the right day, what day does it need to be? Get that on the calendar early enough for you guys, because a lot of you told us within the group that those are still very valuable to you. You just usually listen to them later because a lot of times you can't attend live because they're scheduled last minute or they're during the workday. And then something that I personally, Elizabeth, would really like to make happen for you guys is taking all those power hour recordings, and there are a lot of them now. There's probably more than 24 of them, if I had to imagine, all an hour long, and turn them into a private podcast format. So that way you can listen to us on the go, because we've heard from people that that would be a really, really helpful option rather than having to sit down and have something open on a browser, on a computer, on Facebook to listen back on those episodes. So we'll still host them live because we very much like interacting with you guys live. We have some really consistent attendees who love asking all their questions. And because it's a small amount, like keep in mind, guys, you're almost getting like this 2-on-1 coaching type of situation, because when we only have a few people in there consistently asking questions, it's like a 1-on-1 dialogue practically. Yeah. So that's something to keep in mind for sure. And I feel like I was going to say one more thing about the membership setup with the power hours. And now I can't.
I know what you're going to say. Say. Well, anyway, I just want to piggyback off that and say, I love our power hours. And I know like we started off like getting like a lot of people, and then it kind of like dripped off because I think 1, you missed notifications on Facebook. 2, we were doing times all over the map because I was like, it'd be fun if like some people can't make this time. Maybe we do next month, we do different times. And I thought like having different times would allow different people to join in because everyone has different schedules, but I think that just confused everybody. So sorry about that. That was my idea. But I love power hours. I love like getting that interaction. It's so much more fun to actually have questions from you guys. When we say something, you say like, ooh, that was good. Or like, can you clarify on this further? You guys tell us about your business. You give us links and we go through and check out your Etsy or your website and give suggestions live. Like, I love that. That is so fun for me. And I know it's fun for Elizabeth too. Like, we just really enjoy the power hours. So we definitely want to like somehow make those even more magical this year. And I think we're thinking about doing maybe, I hate Zoom and we're on Zoom right now, but like a Zoom where like you guys could actually like we could all be there together and have like a girly chat hangout, okay? And like you could actually like raise your hand, ask questions, we see your face, other people can like weigh in, it becomes more like a discussion kind of thing. Maybe we even like break off into little small groups, like almost having like little mini masterminds within like the A to Z directory. You can kind of like, you know, meet your biz bestie, actually talk to them, and like we kind of facilitate that and help grow those relationships. I think that'd be really cool. Someone also suggested like doing themed power hours, like this topic this month is on pricing or it's on products or whatever. So we could have like more of a direction with each power hour, which I think is a good idea too, just to like maybe give a little bit of some boundaries within it. So people aren't just like, I have no idea what to ask. I have a million questions. Cause sometimes I'm like, I have so many things to ask. I don't even know what to ask.
Yes.
So something like that. So just trying to make these more like you're actually connecting with us, connecting with our group members, and just, I think we're all just like at this point, everyone's used to like Zoom meetings anyway. So I think that would be really fun and like a unique way to get connected with some other makers that you might not necessarily have connected with if you didn't like follow each other on Instagram, or, you know, and we'll just be like the little people, the little matchmakers. So we'll be like, okay, you guys will be perfect. You hold hands over here and that kind of thing. So I really just want this birthday bash in our group just to feel like one big sleepover, you guys, just like we're all having fun. We're all just sharing secrets. Everyone kind of like loves each other and we can laugh and like cry together and just be like the shoulders for each other to lean on. That's kind of like my vision for our community and like what we've always kind of leaned toward, and not so much like we're like the directors just like leading you guys around. I don't know. Like, I just want it to be more like a big fun group.
Yeah. And I think we have the building blocks for that 100% that exists. And I think we Cami and I will admittedly need to step in a little more to facilitate more of that. And so Zoom like happy hours might be quarterly. We're still kind of trying to figure that out. But basically, we're going to try to go into 2023 having like a good kind of calendar breakdown and idea. And maybe Cami and I have a goal of both contributing a tutorial every month to the membership. So we'll figure out the structure for that. So it's not like, hey, in January, you guys got 3 or 5 and in June you didn't get anything. So trying to like build some of that out too. And yes, you guys are probably wondering, there will most likely be a new website at some point. So that's like a big undertaking, but we do want to make it happen, mainly because we have all these amazing, beautiful photos now. And there will be a retirement party for some of our products, probably for some of the resources.
Retirement party. That is so cute.
That have been around for a long time and have served us really well. But like, for example, the 2018 Biz Birthday Bash bundle, Business Sense for Creatives, it's also called that. That has probably, I don't know. It's probably
run its course. And you know what?
Mm-hmm.
The information in that is awesome. The principles still apply today, but our businesses would change so much that I'm like, if someone watched that, I would be like embarrassed at this point.
Yeah.
Although I am proud of it. And like, I do think there's lots of really good stuff in it. Like if you don't have it, it's like a great little like foundational thing, but I still feel like there's a lot more that we can offer now.
A lot more. Yeah. A couple other resources that are available too might be changing or be discontinued or retired, because the plan is truly to make our membership the bread and butter. We want you guys to be able to, I don't know, just have access to so much within that to kind of have your own little library. So that's kind of where our heads are vision-wise at this point. And we're excited with what is to come. We're really leading into the Biz and Bash. So that was really fun with the branding this time. You guys, things continue to like miraculously work out for Cami and I in the funniest ways, things that we never could have planned before. So for example, our business name, Biz Birthday Bash, came from the fact that our very first webinar was literally our Biz Birthday. And we were like, let's call it our Biz Birthday Bash. It stuck. So it became the permanent business name. We've had conversations around, do we keep it? Do we not? And every time we've always leaned very much like pro for keeping Biz Birthday Bash. It would not feel us without that name. And then this photo shoot we had in even more of a light bulb aha moment that I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm the Biz, Cami's the Bash. We like really leaned. We really leaned into that with our pictures, which is really funny. And some of them, like the header of our Facebook group, now we already updated that image. And that's not something that like Cami was saying earlier, when we did our first photo shoot, just in kind of through our website together, that was nothing we could have even foreseen yet, because we hadn't worked together enough years to really understand like our personality types in the business. So I don't know. It's very serendipitous. It's very cool.
Yeah. We were just like, I just feel like we were these little babies in our little photo shoot. We're like in our little like button downs and being like, by this little fountain. Oh, look at me. I'm so cute. And like, oh, we had like balloons and we're like, oh my gosh, we are revolutionary. Look at these balloons. Let's say Biz Bash on them. And then this company, Biz Bash, was like, hey, you can't use that. And we're like, oh shoot. So we had to bring the birthday back in. And now I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm the Bash and Elizabeth is the Biz. And it just all freaking came from there. And then I ordered a pink sequin skirt. And that's really the magic. Okay.
It was so cute because the few days leading up to, I want to say this was like the Sunday before I flew out. So we're like 4 days away from me coming out to Florida at this point. And I'm at TJ Maxx. I'm shopping. I'm trying to grab some things. So like that green jumpsuit that you guys will see in the photos, that was a TJ Maxx purchase. And so I call Cami and I'm talking to her a little bit as I'm kind of walking through the aisles. And Cami is telling me, I'm just freaking out. I just don't have anything over here. I don't have anything ready. I don't know what's going on. Like I'm totally losing my mind. And I'm trying to tell her it's really okay. I just know it'll come together. Like, tell me what you already have. And she's like, okay, well, we ordered what's the cute thing that hung behind us?
The little fringe garland from Glam Set. We love it.
Yeah.
We love it. Amazing.
You ordered that. You ordered our t-shirts. We knew we were going to do a shot with jeans and a shirt. We ended up being able to throw our blazers in there. You know, when I got there in person, we like picked over Cammie's closet just to make sure we weren't missing anything and organized everything out. And it came together. Would you say that you were pleasantly surprised, Cammie, compared to like where you were emotionally leading up to it?
It's because I like to be as crazy as I am. I really like to be prepared for stuff like this. Like, you know, I like to over prepare. I like thinking about me like this sip and shop. Like, I'm like, oh my gosh, what if we don't have enough cakes or cookies or whatever? And then I have to like overcorrect everything. Like, that's like my thing. So I was like, I need to order 1,000 things. And I ordered a bunch of stuff and some of it didn't fit. And then I was freaking out. And then I was like, I'm not wearing this blazer, Elizabeth. I look like I work at a restaurant. Like, I'm not wearing the blazer. And she's like, you're wearing the blazer. And then it actually looked really cute. So
it was really cute. Actually, I loved our photo shoot so much because Cammie and I have we have a good balance with one of us is like, no, this is my gut feeling. Nope, I can't do this, or this has to change. The other one is miraculously, probably a God thing, to be honest, always willing to say, okay, like you're right.
Sometimes people get overruled. One of us
exactly. I overruled you a couple times. You overruled me a couple times. But the magic always continues to happen. And so like, I would say looking back, I'm really happy you overruled me about the things you did and vice versa. When I told you, I was like, no, you have to wear the blazer for a couple shots. Like I'm saying you have to, sorry.
It was overruled. I was like, oh, fine. I actually really love the way it turned out. And Elizabeth was like, we need to get all these donuts. I was like, Elizabeth, donuts are so 2016. We're not doing the donuts. And then I made my parents go buy us a cake the morning of, because I was like, we're putting disco balls in this cake. I know it's going to look great. And I wish we would have like had some time to get like an actual like hot pink cake, but it's okay.
Yes, it totally worked out. And what needs to be changed color-wise in Photoshop can be done.
Yeah, honestly, it's fine the way it is. Like, no one's going to be like, oh, that cake's the wrong color, except for us, because we're insane. But exactly. Yes. It all worked out. And then Elizabeth had this idea that we were going to like paint this canvas at the shoot. And I was like trying to figure out how this is going to work like logistically. And I was like, okay, we should probably actually paint this the night before, so we're not like scrambling to put something together, because I don't know how to like paint anything abstract, because I'm going to start adding in like flamingos and stuff. Like, so we're like 10 o'clock at night, like trying to paint this thing. And she's like, just
on the floor,
on the canvas, on the floor
of Cammie's living room.
And I'm like, what do you mean? Like, and she's like, just put some paint and go. And she's like, just go. And I was like, having a panic attack. I was like, hey, we're just putting paint on the canvas. Like, what do you mean? Like, what are we doing? And she's like, let's go. It's so fun. And I'm like, and she's like halfway done. And I'm like, it's like the tiniest brush ever.
Which is so funny, because like from a personality standpoint, it was almost like the roles were reversed, and I was like like, just do it person, and you were like, whoa, wait a minute, wait a second, what do I do? And then
I gotta overthink it.
Yeah, and this is like just canvas, cheap acrylic paint that you'd probably use with your kids, right, off of Amazon. So I'm like, and you just blend it. You can like blend it like this, like having this Bob Ross moment. And Cammie goes, well, first of all, she like dabbed one of the corners with the paper towel, and I was like, that's really cute, but this isn't watercolor. And then she was like, what if we added some water to it? And I said, once again, this is not watercolor, but you got into it. We got into it. It looked really bad at first, you guys. It looked really bad.
It did.
We were thinking, this potentially is not going to work. This idea might be a dud, and that's okay. At least we gave it our best try. And then it came together. We added some dots here.
I feel like once I found my stride on understanding how the paint worked, I was like, wait, I got this. I got it. It's fine.
And then I feel like you were kind of like relaxed, having fun. And so I told you, I was like, you should just occasionally pull a canvas out and go crazy and just like not think about anything, work wise. And you were like, I guess I could see myself doing that. Maybe.
I was like, maybe, but wouldn't I want to use this to sell it? I can't like just do something for funsies, which is so funny because I'm like the make everything fun person, but I'm like, I can't do it for fun. I'm trying to make a living here, but see, making a living is fun. So
I have a feeling that you and Pop will come up with a use for the extra canvas that we had. And so I definitely want updates. But for now, I think our painting will live in your office, what used to be your office at your house. Yeah.
Yes, right. Yeah, it'll live in there. So it actually turned out really cute. I was like, I was really pleasantly surprised.
It was really cute. And we had lots of good discussions because we'd be like, we would tell people, do you think this is right side up? Or we'd flip it around. This is right side up. And everyone's having these discussions over it. And so we let
Alex the whole week. It was just like, what is going on? What are y'all doing? And I'm like, we need a cake. We need this. Like, and then we had like people coming in to redo the bathroom. We're like trying to get ready for the photo shoot. Like, it was just like pure chaos. And I was like,
it's the way that you guys love it. And I always love being part of it too. And you guys, Mia freaking started crawling the day after I left. Like she was so close, but she would just kind of like back up and bump into things. She didn't have a lot of like forward movement going on. Then Cammie posted this video a couple days later of her crawling. I almost like burst into tears.
She's like all over the place now. I was like, oh my gosh, we're not ready for you to crawl. Like, what
I know. I know. I feel like I need to post one of the pictures of me and Mia and the videos of us.
I need to add it in the shared album because I forgot.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, we have the shared album, and then Cammie and I have a like keyboard video. Like Mia and I were like working on the keyboard together, and then Cammie and Mia were like talking on the phone in a different video, and they're really cute. I kind of want to post both of them because I think they're so funny.
Yeah, they're so cute. Like I got Mia this little. We were just giving this keyboard away at the Goodwill, and I was like, I'm gonna keep that for Mia because it's so cute. And I'm like working my laptop. She'll be like playing on this keyboard. I'm like, look at us, little working girlies.
Yeah.
And she was just like, the way she did it was just like so funny because she was like right on cue with like. Hitting the keys on it was so funny. She's just a little doll. I'm gonna just tell you, she is just a little Miss Personality.
She's the cutest, and it's so fun and beneficial for me. I think I might have told you this, Cammie. I can't remember if I did, but as your business partner, it's so helpful for me to like be in your space because then I have such a good understanding of what the day-to-day looks like, especially when you're a working mom and how that changes everything. Because I think for those of us who are still without kids and their friends step into that phase first, it can be hard to, I know for me, hard to like empathize or wrap your head around that. Or what does that look like? Cause like, I'm not there yet and you are. And so now, like this week, it just felt so nice because I told Cammie, I was like, I know Mia goes down, around 10 to 11 in the morning. So just shoot me a text on Thursday when you're ready to record and we'll go for it rather than me being like, okay, and we need it on the calendar at this exact time.
So like, I mean, I can around 10-ish. It's just like so hard to do exact times with the baby, obviously.
Yeah.
Like, which is why it was so hard to schedule guests because I'm like, I have like time-ish, but it's not an exact, and it's just a little tricky. So yeah, now you can see a little more what the day-to-day is like, and it's just freaking chaos at this point.
It's chaos, but
you
it's
just
so
like
fun.
Never stop. Like every minute counts when you have a baby, basically.
It was actually funny because like seeing Cammie be on a schedule was hilarious because she's like, we got to get home. Mia's got to get fed. And then it's going to be bath time and then bedtime. And she's like, all right, wrap it up. We're like at lunch. She's like, everyone wrap it up. Let's go.
Boss everyone around because people will be taking so long. I'm like, okay, well, we have like, 45 minutes left before she's going to be like angry. And so we got to move it. Everyone's like, oh, I'm like, go. Like, I'm just like a drill sergeant because like, I'm like, it's going to take this long to get home, this long to do this. Like,
honestly though, I was so pleasantly surprised how frequently we were out and about, which was really fun and is really encouraging, I think, like for a lot of people to be like, oh, you can take your baby to do this or that, or you can do so many activities with your kids and be out and about. It's not like you're literally like in lockdown at home, which can feel like that. Maybe in the early weeks, obviously, but
in the early weeks, I feel like you can just stick her in a wrap and then she's like ready to go. But now she's like way too excited to be like in a wrap. So she's like, it's harder to get her to sleep on the go as much.
Yeah.
Now, so
exactly. So, but anyways, I think that kind of wraps up. At least I know that my thoughts regarding like the business and changes that are coming up and just setting expectations for people for the rest of the year. I feel like we did a good job kind of covering all of that. And obviously, if you guys have questions, DM us, comment on the Instagram post, email us, let us know. If you have things you really want to see in the membership tutorial wise, definitely let us know. We're going to be starting to compile a list of stuff like that soon.
For sure. Yeah. So just like, have a conversation with us. Keep us in the loop. Post in the Facebook group. We love to chat with you guys and see where y'all's heads are at and everything. But yeah, this is just a little like glimpse into kind of what we're thinking, the new direction with things. And hopefully you guys saw our pictures. They're so cute. So, so yeah, that just gives you a little insight into that.
Perfect. All right, y'all. We will talk to you next week. Probably going to be another guest episode. But yes, we will continue to be talking to you. We are not going away. The podcast is not going away. Things will just be changing a little bit in the new year for the better, I think. I think
for the better too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Refining, basically.
Refining, re-envisioning, all of those big, fun, sparkly words.
Our words.
Our words. All right, you guys. We will talk to you next time.
Love you. Bye.
Bye.